Hello everyone, welcome back to another Throne of Eldraine quick draft here on Magic the Gathering Arena. Let's get started and see how we do this time. I didn't even bother to open up my draft selection guides because they apparently are broken. I don't know. We'll see if... Chrome somehow changed the way this view source rendered. And they didn't? It's still like insanely wide? Yeah, okay. Forget it. But okay, I'll keep the pictures open so I can look at them if I'm really desperate. Murderous Rider, I believe, is a totally fine card, and it's a rare, right? It's like it's like a murder that causes you to lose 2 life, but then also a great creature, or at any rate, a good creature. Edgewall Innkeeper, I believe, is like one of the top uncommons, actually. It's just so good in any green deck. Wintermoor Commander is playable. It's fine, probably even good in a black-white night deck. Spinning Wheel, I don't know. People have played this against me a number of times, and it like always sucks. Right? The tapping ability is extremely expensive, and I don't think they've been able to do it even once. And so it's just like a 3 mana. I guess it's for like color fixing is the idea. If you're trying to run too many colors, you can throw this in, but it's so expensive even for that. Then we have like, I don't know, a bunch of random smatterings of commons. Reaper of Night I think is also fine, but I would not be excited to first pick something that's so heavily invested in black. So I think I want actually the Innkeeper over the Murderous Rider. Let's see if the draft picks agree. For a particularly good early card, they should usually be able to find it, right? You would think. Even just having to find it by pictures, because it should be near the top. They both should be. Kind of thought I would have seen one of them by now. Did I miss something? I don't think so. Well, okay, we're scrolling through some pretty dang good cards. I guess it makes sense that I haven't seen either of these like fairly good cards yet. Okay, Wintermoor Commander actually is interesting. I'm seeing before the other two. Edgewall Innkeeper slightly below that. And then where's my Murderous Rider? I assume in like the good playable section, maybe? Because it's good, right? It's got to be better than these cards. I must have missed it. This is, I don't know. I could talk for hours over and I could say the same thing over and over for hours, which is like, this is why a searchable guide is more useful than one that is not searchable, because pictures are hard. But we're looking for that thing. It costs like, we're looking for this, right? It's got 1 BB and also it's an adventure card. Like, how can you miss something that stands out so much, right? Like, there's no way that's a bad card. It's removal and a totally playable creature. Oh yeah, there it is. It's like the 4th best card in the set, he says. I just didn't expect to see it so high. I scrolled right by it. Okay. Well, maybe I should pick that over the Innkeeper, huh? Like, I didn't realize it was that good. But it's some huge removal in a format where players often have like 1 giant card or a number of giant cards. And then it's also like a totally playable creature. Okay, fine. I'll take it. Also, it's a knight, which fits into knight decks. I think all of these like large knights are fairly good. This one is interesting. It's a little slow, but it's kind of like a draw card, right? But also it's evasive. It does a bit of damage, even if the board state is static. There's another Innkeeper. But I think black-red is totally playable. It kind of sucks to take two like black and red cards. They're like a little bit harder to play. But I'm pretty sure that guy is very good, yeah. He's listed as one of the best uncommons, second best according, like as first pick according to this draft guide. And it already fits with what I have in that it's another knight, and we like knights. Now, it is only this creature or instants or sorceries. It doesn't include other, like, say, creatures. It's not like if you swing with 5 creatures and hit them with all 5, you get to, like, reveal 5 cards from on top of your deck and choose which ones to play. I guess that actually could be good because you could mill yourself out too quickly. I don't know. Probably not. So it's a little bit better in like red, I assume blue or something. Actually, what colors have instants and sorceries that deal damage to the opponent? Obviously red. That's like half of their color identity. Usually not green. Blue isn't really about dealing direct damage either. Black certainly would. Not as much as red, but sometimes. Yeah, okay. So it seems like actually red-black might be the color for it. I was thinking like, okay, instants and sorceries are blue things, but direct damage is kind of a black thing, so sure. Joust. Well, it's removal, and it likes knights, and that's all we have so far is a bunch of knights. And it's in our colors. Seems pretty good. Brimstone Trebuchet cares about knights also, but is like not good, so let's not. Forever Young, I believe, is totally fine. There's also this like 3-mana knight thing. Or a 1-mana knight. If we wanted to be a bit more aggressive. Yeah, Forever Young like redraws you any of these insane cards that got killed. I think it's playable in almost any black deck. Oh man, Reaper of Night? Okay, I think that's the direction we're going here. It's another giant card. I'm going to need some small stuff to live. You know, Weaselback Redcap eventually could be a thing, but right now I'd rather take like an impactful card than a curve card. Because even if you only played as the sorcery, like discarding 2 cards is pretty cool. I believe this is fine. Yeah, this is like a Knight's card that is a sorcery that does face damage, by the way, just in case this guy happens to be around. Yeah, I'll take it. None of this is very good. Obviously, the Giant Skewer is kind of more of a black-green thing, and Bloodhaze Wolverine is more of a red-blue thing. You know, neither of them is super amazing in this deck. I guess we could take the Gargoyle. I was going to say, like, which of them is more likely to be playable in our deck? Of these off-color pair things. And I think the obvious answer would be the Wolverine, just because it's like a 2-mana playable creature that does something. Also, is there like... I was watching someone else play, and there was some way to... like, I don't know, he moved the list of his deck over here and made it like a a vertical thing so you could see this stuff more easily. I don't know how to, oh, is it this button? Okay, do I want to do that? I'm not sure that I do. It does make the cards bigger, which is nice, but I still can't read them without mousing over them. And I can recognize the pictures just about as well either way. So I think we'll stick with this way, and now I have like, it shows my curve a little bit more easily. Yeah, well, this also shows curve, I suppose. All right, we'll try drafting this way for a while. Like, do I just want a 1-mana garbage creature? I guess. Like, probably sideboard it though. Big, like it's evasive in a way, but it's like super expensive to do so. It's a way to chip in a little damage later on. And it's a blocker that is kind of better than this one at blocking. Yeah. Yeah. If I play this guy, it's to like try to live, and a 0/3 is kind of better at that than a 2/1. And then in the late game, it can maybe do something eventually. Can I? Yeah, I can show my sideboard, not that I especially want to. What happens if I click this? Okay, it goes back here. Spectre's Shriek. This is like bad. You exile a card from their hand and probably from your hand as well. We get to take another Reaper of Night. That seems a bit heavy. Or a Fling. Like, just how good is Reaper of Night, by the way, in this list? I think it's fairly good, but not like, I guess, I think this is all about first pick order, and things change once you have like a reason to go in a direction. I know there's that other guy's draft guide that said he thinks Reaper of Night is pretty cool. But, oh, here it is. He's got weird art on this card. What in the world? It is at the bottom of his good playable list. So we shouldn't be, like, excited to take those. I assume Spectre's Shriek is, like, bad? Actively not a good card to put in most decks. Oh, interesting. He says the Gargoyle is bad filter. It's in the unplayable category. And so is Fling, which, okay. The Spectre's Shriek is even worse, yeah. It's like 6th worst card in the set on this list. So, I mean, these all seem bad. Reaper of Night is like insanely heavy, but I think still better than the alternatives, which is kind of what I was thinking anyway. There's Fling, but I mean, these are finishers for sure, but they're extremely slow and only playable really in the finisher category. Okay, let's just take a... I mean, I don't want any of this, but maybe I could play that for some reason someday. I mean, our curve is still very heavy. I'm already running 5 cards that are 3 cards that are 5 or above. So I think like another Gargoyle to even things out is still better than like, I don't know. Maybe I could just take a 2-mana 2/2. That might be all right, actually. And there's some chance that that then happens to get more dwarves. Okay, fine. This all stinks. Yep. Well, if we end up picking up white for some reason, I won't mind having some knights, I guess. What is this? Red-green. Does not look very good, even if I were red-green. Why would you want this? 5 mana, ramp, plus kind of weird draw, I guess? Okay. Mystical Dispute is a kind of fun blue counterspell that hates blue. Does every color have something like this? I know there's a black card that hates black cards, a red card that hates red cards, and there's this blue card that hates blue cards. I don't know if a green that hates green or a white that hates whites, though. Slaying Fire. 3 damage. Yeah, oh, this is totally fine. It's pretty solid removal and also burn, which this knight rather enjoys. Savvy Hunter, yeah. Not for us. Eye Collector, I believe, is horrible. I mean, it's a 1-mana 1/1 flyer. I guess it's never the worst card in the world. Here's just like a random 3-drop that could be okay sometimes, but usually will not be very good. Yeah, we'll take some insane removal, or anyway, good removal. Foreboding Fruit. Interesting. I mean, it can be used as a finisher, right? Like, just that last 2 points of burn, if that's what you need, and giving them 2 cards doesn't matter. It's kind of cute. It could activate Circara, but I believe I would rather target myself with it to draw 2 cards and lose 2 life, rather than give them 2 cards and like maybe give myself 1. Reeve Soul, though, I believe is like much better. Searing Barrage is a totally fine card. But Reeve Soul is much cheaper. So I think that's what I should take. I mean, let me just look real quick and see if I can find them in the draft list here. Looking for Reeve Soul and Searing Barrage, is that what it's called? Yeah. Actually, do I have Firefox? I do have Firefox. Let me see if Firefox will render the source of this page a little bit better. I bet, oh man, Microsoft would be so happy if I ran Windows Edge. Microsoft Edge? I don't know. No, I mean, unsurprisingly, Firefox does the same thing. All right, give me Edge. This is your chance, Microsoft. Like, they're all just Chromium, right? So probably they're similar. Yeah. Maybe actually this isn't a browser thing, but like maybe Channel Fireball changed their HTML engine or something, their server-side rendering thing, so that it now formats stuff, whereas before it didn't. Or the opposite, I guess. Anyway, so much for that. We're still looking for Searing Barrage and Reeve Soul. I probably should have started at the top of the list instead of the bottom, because they're both fine. Okay, Searing Barrage appears here in the like pretty good cards category. Great playable, in fact. Reeve Soul is above it though in the bottom of, like, I don't know, in the B- range. Okay, so as I predicted, we like Reeve Soul a bit better. They're both fine, but we like Reeve Soul better. Maybe we'll get Searing Barrage next time we see this pack. That would be nice. Another Joust, another Slaying Fire. They're both good, aren't they? I don't actually know which is better. Let me think about it before I look at the ratings here. Slaying Fire. I mean, all of my creatures so far, except for that dwarf, are knights. No, these are specters, actually. So I only have 3 knights? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah, I probably should take Slaying Fire, is my suspicion. Like, what's the difference exactly? Slaying Fire does more damage. Well, I don't know. Slaying Fire, I think, will usually do less damage, because our knights, like, for example, can do up to 4 relatively easily. Even on a 2/1, it does 4 damage. But you end up losing the creature if it's too small. For example, if we use the Smitten Swordmaster, it would deal 4. It would be like a 4/2 fighting something, which could do as much damage as Slaying Fire, perhaps more, but might well lose you the knight. Whereas Slaying Fire, okay, but if we put it on like Circara, I could do like 5 and you probably wouldn't lose the knight. That would be ideal, right? But I think Slaying Fire is just like more flexible. Not only does it mean like you don't have to lose a creature to play it, you can also hit face with it. I think I'll take Slaying Fire. Burning Yard Trainer. Yeah, this guy is pretty cool. Or a Smitten Swordmaster. I mean, this is another heavy card. Right now we have a bunch of 2s, but they're mostly not creatures. We only have 2 actual creature 2-drops. And so it's like, do we want another 5? This guy is like designed for pushing in damage. Like to close out the game sort of thing. Whereas this guy, I don't know, I mean, he's a playable 2-drop that is also an adventure, right? I kind of think I want the 2-drop more than the 5-drop. Oh, also, I didn't like look, but indeed, Slaying Fire is rated. Well, okay, this is a first pick order. It's rated way higher than Joust, because how excited would you be to first pick Joust when you don't even have any knights yet? So, sure, that makes sense and is a reason why I would not really want to consult this list at all for those 2 cards, but indeed Slaying Fire is pretty good. There's actually the 2/1 thing that we're looking at is here in the good playables section, and oh, he's actually right next to Burning Yard Trainer. They're like equivalent. They're equally good. So which one fits better into my deck at the moment? Honestly, I think it's the 2/1. Which is what I thought before, but it's nice to be to have some evidence to back it up. Can't trust my own judgment because I am known to be a bad player who is not familiar with this format. Give me another one. By the way, these are all sorceries that do damage to the enemy face. Circara likes that. Not that that's a huge consideration, but it's something. More Forever Young? Blow your house down if we really want to like try to finish them? I don't think so. It's like, you know, if you can finish them on turn 4 or 5, this will help you do it. But if it gets any later than that, they'll probably have too many creatures for Blow Your House Down to be doing much. So it's like Claim the Firstborn, which is another finisher and probably a better one. And if I had any way to sacrifice creatures, that card would be insane. I have Joust. Claim the Firstborn, attack with it, and then joust it onto one of their creatures, and you get like a kind of 2 for 2 that also did some face damage, maybe. But I think probably just another Forever Young is better. Having to be lucky enough to combo this with Joust and have that be useful, is not super likely. So I think I'll just take Forever Young again. Try to get back some of those creatures. And in the worst case, it's just like a cantrip, whatever. It's not great. But that is the worst case. Oh no, another Forever Young? I don't really want that many. Let's start sideboarding these. 2 I think is plenty. Alright, here's a 4-mana haste knight. I mean, it's a little bit scary because I don't know if my deck is aggressive enough to really benefit from a card like this. I guess like one thing to consider is how many knight cards do I really have that care about knights? Like very few. I basically just have this Joust. I guess he's an insane jouster, right? And, you know, the Smitten Swordmaster enjoys me having knights around, but this guy doesn't like to sit around. He wants to charge in there and kill something. I think I'll take him, I guess. I don't have any 4s yet. Eye Collector? It actually kind of, like, in a not very exciting way, combos with Forever Young, because you can mill cards and then, like, it's kind of like drawing them if you have a Forever Young in hand. Like, obviously you still have to actually draw them. It doesn't increase the size of your hand, but it's kind of like tutoring, right? You mill until the card you want is in your graveyard, and then you Forever Young it, kind of, right? You would not, like, tend to do that as a specific plan, but it's a thing that would just generally happen if you play Eye Collector, attack with a few times. Hopefully the thing you want will be in your graveyard when it's time to play Forever Young. I think it's better than Hengewalker, which is just, like, at best a 3-mana 3/3, which who cares? Eye Collector, don't get me wrong, is not good. It's a 1-mana 1/1 flyer. It'll hopefully chip in some damage. I think it's better to play it than to sideboard it, probably. Just because, like, I need some... it, like, fits on curve. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't worry about 1-drop curve and try to make sure I can win the late game. Stuff all still sucks. Crystal Slipper, I mean... if we ever do get enough aggressive stuff, this could be a good addition to the deck. I don't think I have that yet. That's a knight, but I don't really care that much about it. What is this? Reach Trample, and it's an X cost card. You can play it with whatever amount of mana you have. So it's really like a late game card, I think. But you can play it as an early game card if you have to. And it's got reach, which is pretty cool. So right now we're not so hot at surviving flyers. We have basically just removal is all we can do to them. Clockwork Servant might be all right. So how good is Stonecoil Serpent, I wonder? It's a rare, obviously. Would you be excited to first pick it if you had, like, if you didn't have any cards in your deck yet and you saw this? Would you be like, yeah, let me take that? I mean, once you can pay 4 mana for it, it's a pretty good card. And if you can pay more, it just gets better, I think. As like a 1/1 or a 2/2, it's not great, but not awful. I think you probably would never play this on 1 or 2, even if you had no other plays, you'd rather save it. On 3, it could be okay. It depends what your opponent's flyers are. Some issues with this. Opportunistic Dragon could take it, I guess. What do I have that kills those? Reed Soul can't, right? But Slaying Fire can? Okay, that's good to keep in mind. I think that's about it, right? I have 2 Slaying Fires and a Reed Soul. That's my removal. Okay. Alright, so let's see how good this guy thinks Stonecoil Serpent is. I would put it at like a C+. That's where I bet it is. A C+. Let's see if I can find it in the list now. Surely it is not in the Bomb Rares / Mythics section. Oh my god, it is. Alright, he says this is like an A+. Maybe just an A. Alright, I guess I ought to take it, huh? I guess having an outlet for your mana is more important than I'm, like, aware of. Okay, well, lesson learned. That's why oh no, don't click that. Oh my god, I accidentally clicked a button. Good thing you have to double click. That's why I wanted to rate it before looking, is so I can, like, if you haven't rated it and you look and you're like, oh, he says it's A+, you're like, yeah, of course, that makes sense. And you don't really understand why. Now I can say, okay, I was way off. Like, what is it about this card that I don't understand, and then generalize. And I think the important thing is that it's an outlet for excess mana. It's an insane late game draw, right? And not terrible in the mid game either. Okay. Cauldron's Gift. Oh. 5 mana, put a creature back on the battlefield with an extra 1/1 counter. We have some pretty big creatures that this would be very excited to activate. It is 5 mana, which is obviously a lot. I think I'd rather take Reeve Soul, but let's have a look. What do you think about Cauldron's Gift? What the heck does the art on this even look like? Okay, it's a person like standing in a cauldron or something. Oh man, what is this? Cauldron of Eternity. Totally different card. It's a 12 mana black card. And it costs 2 less for each creature in your graveyard. But creatures you can... When a creature you control dies, put it on the bottom of the library instead of in the graveyard. And then you can pay... Once this is in play, you can pay 3 and 2 life and tap it to put a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. So what is this about? It's like you let creatures die normally, and then you create the Cauldron of Eternity. And you can bring back all the creatures that died before you play it relatively cheaply, but creatures that die after you play it go onto the bottom of your deck instead of your graveyard, so you can't play them again. A weird card. Okay, anyway. I was shocked to see a 12 mana card in the great playables / C+ list. I was like, nobody ever plays 12 mana cards. What could this be? Hello? Where is this? I guess it must not be very good, huh? This cauldron thing? I mean, we do have several big cards, which is kind of what this card wants. Yeah, this is in like the D tier. Okay. So I'm perfectly happy to take another Reeve Soul instead. How are we on colors? Fine, 11-6. And on cards, we need like 5 more. It's fine. Here is... Oh, really? It's a 2-mana creature that also destroys artifacts. And there are like some important artifacts that can be played in this set. Now, there's also the Black Adamant Knight, which is a menace. No, I want the Shield Breaker. My god, my deck is like nothing but 2-drops. Is that really accurate? How many of these are actually 3, 4, 5? Like, most of these are not actually 2-drops. They're reactive spells. Wicked Guardian, Sorcerer's Broom is just not good. It's all about food decks, really, but the deck that I had that was a food deck that I played this in, like, it never did anything. It certainly won't do anything in this deck. So I think we're like looking at these two and probably picking neither. Like, I have very few cards that would be excited about Wicked Guardian. Basically just my knights. It would be great if I could draw this when I have one of the knights in play. It would be a 4-mana 4/2 draw a card, which is pretty nice. Thrill of Possibility, like, not really a thing I want at all, though. I don't know. I probably don't want either of them. Let's just sideboard this. This is a black card that likes you to have cards in your graveyard. We don't really have anything that puts cards in the graveyard, right? Yeah. Eye Collector. That's about it. Whereas this Paladin, I think, is much better than the alternatives. Tempting Witch, we don't have any foods, so it's just like a 3-mana junk card. Okay. Another Shield Breaker? I think I'll take it. Lost Legion is a 3-mana card, and I don't have many of those. So that's something to consider. But I think destroying artifacts is really powerful in this format, in this set. A Fling as a finisher. We are like pretty aggressive-ish. Like we have a number of 2-drops. We have this 1-drop flyer. And then we have like a chunk of late game cards to try to finish things off, which are like haste and flyer oriented. So I kind of feel like the ability to deal direct damage is pretty useful. I don't know, every time I see Fling, I'm like, yeah, this seems pretty good. But like, really? I know it's a bad card, but I'm like, oh, but it could be good this time. It's like, the problem is it gives your opponent like a 2-for-1 if you use it on a creature. All right, you spent your creature and a Fling to kill their creature. And you know, if it was a big creature that they invested another card in or something, that's like about even. But often it's bad, like because it ends up being a 2-for-2 in that case. But often, like I think when Fling shines, if at all, is when you can use it for face damage. And this deck kind of wants to do that, so it might not be horrible. I could just take another Slipper. Like this could be my 3-drop. You know what? Let's put in the Slipper we already have, actually. I still don't want any of this. Yeah, I think another Slipper just to like go with the theme of playing small creatures, getting early chip damage, and then finishing off with one big flyer or something. Okay. I don't love it. Artifacts and enchantments. I don't have very many of those, right? It's basically just the Crystal Slippers and this guy. I have 0 enchantments and 3 artifacts. Festive Funeral is very expensive removal, but it is removal. I run some fairly small cards. I expect to have a fair number of them in the graveyard. Like, I don't know, this could be okay. I think it's clearly better than this Shambling Suit, which is like a 3-mana 1/3 a lot of the time, maybe 2/3. But I'm not excited about it. It might be okay. I know there was that artifact that's like, your creatures have haste, but it's just like not a good card. Here's this 3-mana. Most of my stuff is humans, isn't it? I have a dwarf, a zombie, and a couple specters, and a snake, which I would not be tapping. So this is like not a very good creature, I think. It is a 3-drop, and it's clearly better than another Signpost Scarecrow. Another Slipper? I mean, okay. Another Slipper? Okay. I mean, I'm clearly not going to run 4 of them. You play a 6-mana 5/5, but like, why? I don't feel like I need this at all. Maybe I would want 4 Slippers. I don't know. Okay, now we just have to like figure out how to finish off the deck here. And also, how many lands do I want? Can I cut some here? I'm running, like, kind of a lot of cheap stuff, and I only have, like, 3 or 4 large cards? 3? Like, I think I could cut a land. Probably, right? What would I put in? Another slipper? Another Forever Young? Maybe the Festive Funeral. Of course, then you're putting in another 5 mana card. And so you might regret taking out the land to do so. Just another Forever Young. Which is like... I don't know, it kind of sucks to play it early, right? But it's a way for the late game to not be a disaster for you. We only have a fairly small number of large cards, and so I can't really count on drawing a lot of them, and if they remove one, I'm like kind of sad, right? But you put in some Forever Youngs, and you draw the same one over and over, maybe? Like this Reaper of Night is just absolutely disgusting to draw many times. Although, like, also insanely expensive. Yeah, let's try doing that. Oh, you can rename it. I couldn't figure out how to do it in the other view. Maybe you have to switch this view to name it? Anyway, yeah, I mean, we could cut a swamp for that. It is kind of making the deck heavier, and that this is like 2 mana to draw a card, and so it's kind of like paying a 2 mana tax. But I think this deck is mostly small cards, and so I don't want to like be drawing a ton of lands. We could cut the 7 dwarves, but like they're one of only 4 actual 2-drops I can play. Oh, 5, 6. Okay, I'm actually doing. But I want to have 6 2-drops. I think I'm okay with that. So, can you actually name this deck? Or yeah, you totally can. Huh. New deck name. There you go. That's what it's called. I don't know. You guys have any clever ideas? No. Well, now done. Alright, it doesn't have a name. This guy's fine. Okay, let's get started here. Try to get some wins. What did I do last time? Did I go 4? I think? Maybe it was only 3 wins. It was like yesterday, maybe? I'm not sure. Maybe it was 2 days ago. Okay, we have 3 lands. We have a Serpent. We have some removal. We have our big dude. And a Slipper, which, sure, I think I will definitely keep this. I'm, like, moderately happy about it. I believe I have more double... Like, I don't have any double red cards that you have to play early, but I do have, like, a double black on 3. Let's put out black first. I'm not going to play that as a 1/1. Don't make me laugh. It's a 3/1. Okay, that's exciting. Oh, I could play this as 0/0. Good point. I didn't think of that. The wonders never cease. I'm sorry? You're not allowed 3 colors. Are you insane? Oh my god. There could be 4 colors in there for all we know. I think we just get this guy down and do 1 face damage, basically. And also, of course, develop a creature. It's more about the creature than the face damage. Let me just confirm I do indeed have 2 black. Yeah, that was why I played the swamp. Oh, it doesn't actually work. Because it's not when it enters the battlefield. It would be a sorcery. It would be doing nothing. Okay, well, sure. Do I want the creature down anyway? It's stopping the 3/1, I guess. It actually stops the 2/3 as well if I want. I forgot it gets extra damage. I was thinking of the Slipper more as a haste thing, but it does also add 1 power. Yikes. Well, I don't want him drawing cards. I need a way to kill that? Which I don't have at the moment. Okay, it's a 3/2. I'm not happy about it. A 4/4 would be okay, but I'd rather be able to play this on, like, I don't know, maybe I should have played it as a 4/4 and then put a Slipper on it, but then it still would get killed by this. So what I need it to be a 5/5 is the thing. Once I have a 5/5 down, I'm going to be happy again. But for now, I am not happy. And he's just going to attack with the Keeper of Fables, which is a great card, and he's going to draw a card, and I'm going to be sad. But at least he's not attacking with the elf as well, right? If I don't draw a land, I think I'm just zapping. Actually, I'm probably passing so I can... Well... Oh, no. I think I have to let him have all the cards so that I can have Slaying Fire plus Paladin available to kill this guy. So that's more important than the elf. Oh my god, yeah, it actually, yeah, it's 4 colors. No. These are both green. Yeah, okay, have the cards, I guess. I'm mad. Oh, it's 1 or more. You only get 1 card, that's right. So it would have been even worse to trade here. Okay. Now, if I kill this while it's attacking, the trigger should go off, right? Yeah. What? Draw 4 cards, huh? That's pretty good. Alright, we're just gonna play this to do, like, a little bit of not much, I guess. Just, like, spend the 1 mana and float the rest. I guess I could save it for if I ever have Circara. It would be a way to filter my deck a bit more. I could spend the 1 mana on equipping this guy, but it doesn't really matter much. Yeah, I'll probably have 1 mana to do this later, but actually it might do nothing later. Let's just play it. It's not amazing, but it's better than just, like, never playing that, which might be what happens otherwise. Yeah. This will go off. I remember the rules well enough now. Ooh, that's a little scary. Because State-based actions like destroying creatures with 0 or less toughness are checked only when a player would gain priority, which does not happen in between a thing dealing damage and its trigger resolving. So they'll die, but he'll still get the card. Yeah. Oh my god, it just like never ends. Okay, it's a land. That's good. Now the thing is, a 3/3 is not doing much for me right now, right? I could just play the Serpent as a 5/5. This guy is so tough to deal with. An opponent can actually play it. I don't have any removal that can deal with it very well. It has to be like the Serpent plus this thing. I think we just play the Serpent as a 5/5. To stop this from hurting me at least while we wait. Okay, it's not great. Yeah, we're gonna lose this game for sure. I mean, we've been behind for a while, but I'm just realizing opponent has so many cards. How could I possibly ever come back, right? Like, I should put the Slipper on somebody, but nobody wants it. I don't know, here? It's a 6/6. I could attack with it if I wanted, but I don't. I need it to defend against the 5/5. Although, actually, it doesn't even work. He just... It turns into a 6/5, and I don't know. They trade. Ugh. Well, I guess this does 4 damage. That's something. I mean, opponent's going to be attacking with like an 11/9 trample next turn, probably. Oh, good. A 9/8 trample. Well, I better block this with something or I'll die. I guess I'll block it with everything. And lose everything. But at least I get to kill this creature, right? It's hard to see how I come back from this, huh? Yeah. I mean... Let's bluff them with an attack here. Watch out, I have a card that says when you block with a creature, I can kill it. No, unlucky. There you go. Let's get those red cards played. Well, what exactly went wrong that game? Let's reflect on that for a moment here. I had my late game cards in hand, and I didn't have enough mana to play them. And so I spent quite a while spinning my wheels doing nothing. Did the Slipper help? Not really at all. So you know what? Let's take out a Slipper and put back a land. Obviously, this was only one game. Maybe it's an overreaction to... we want red, right? No, we want black. I have no idea what swamp we're playing. This one? I don't know, get out of here. Give me, like, this one. Maybe it's an overreaction. Maybe not every game will play out like that. But it was sort of experimental to even cut one land, I feel like. Because while we have a lot of little stuff, we also have a fair amount of big stuff. It's just we lack things in between, and I don't really know how much land is supposed to be played in such a deck. Josefio? Josefio? Well, geez, I'm glad I put more lands back in the deck. What the hell is this? So, here's the thing. This is a bad hand, but it does have a 1-drop and a 2-drop. And I get a couple draws. Like, I don't want to play this on 2, but it's not the end of the world. And I get a couple draws. And also, Eye Collector Forever Young is like a very small combo. I'm hopeful, and I have a couple of like my big important late game cards. I don't know. Maybe that's a reason not to keep the hand, is that I want the little ones. But I don't want to like not draw these ever either, so we'll see. What is this? Create a food token. Look at that! We got more land. I'm a genius. It was fated. Now what do I want? Like a playable 2-drop and then a bunch of lands? Hey! Okay, Fell the Pheasant is kind of cute. Oh, good, another Forever Young. Well, let's just play this. It's a knight, and I have a Joust in hand. Honestly, Forever Young could even like draw me a land if I mill one, which could be a thing that I might want. Looks like I don't. I'm drawing great, by the way, after that mulligan. More black? Actually, I should have attacked first before I decided to see what I might draw with Forever Young that I might want. Like, I don't have any 1-mana cards, so I guess it wouldn't matter. But it would still be, like, the right decision. I'm probably just jousting. I probably should have jousted this guy first, actually, and then attacked. Are you kidding me? Another Forever Young? Yeah, I should have jousted first and then attacked. I'm so bad. I don't know. It's not so important to kill this. Or to get in damage with this guy, I don't think. Maybe it is. But opponent could have some, like, buff card that would make me embarrassed to play for the Joust. I'm kind of just going to Forever Young and draw a card. It's a mountain. Fine. Pretty sick graveyard here. We're running the Forever Young black-red deck. I mean, we get to play the Reaper of Night as an adventure, which is pretty cool. Okay. I mean, this guy's not really doing anything besides just blocking 4 damage, I don't think. Well, he could joust to this, but I'm not doing that anytime soon. Yeah. I know they get it back, but I'd rather they have to pay for it. Let's make them decide what to discard before they see what they're milling. Not that it super matters. Like, I don't need any more information to decide what to do. So I might as well deprive them of the information. The other, right, because like I could attack and then play this, and that's sort of like less committal in a way, but not really. Okay, they got rid of a land and a Lost Legion. Okay. Trying to play black-green knights plus food, I guess? Oh, there goes my serpent. And all my Forever Youngs are gone, so I'm never getting that back. Oh well. How much does that knight cost, by the way? 4? It must, right? It's one of the hybrid cards, yeah. So if they pay for the food, they can't play the knight yet. I'm glad I made them actually discard this gingerbread cabin. No, they already played. They played a 5th land already this turn. Yeah. It's a swamp. Okay, sure. I mean, I have no real care about which land I play first. Instant or sorcery. Yeah. So let's just go face before I decide which land to play. Not that I think it's going to matter, just like as a matter of good habits. Bake into a pie. I'm glad that's gone. Another mountain. I guess I'm reasonably glad that's gone. Like, I want to get to 7, but I'm already at 6, and I don't have to get to 7 like in a huge hurry. Okay, they have another bake into a pie. It's a pretty good card for them, obviously. I'd like another land, like, pretty quickly, if that's alright. This is fine, I think. Pay the adamant cost, please. And the 2/2 blocks this guy pretty conveniently. There goes another land, and my opponent's Scalding Cauldron, which I'm happy to get rid of, I guess. Yeah, you get it back, sure. But you're out of food. I hate reaving this. Maybe I shouldn't. Yeah, that's a good answer, huh? Let's just joust this guy. No, if I joust him, he lives. Let's, Yeah, let's joust. It gets me extra damage as well. This has menace, so target creature you control. You don't control. They fight. So I actually get to go in for 7 here, which is pretty nice. And now opponent ought to be a little bit afraid to attack with the 4/2. Fewer, 2 or fewer, okay. Something to keep an eye on. On the other hand, if they don't have any other creatures, they might as well attack with this because it can't block. So only if they play exactly one creature should they consider blocking with this, I think. If they do, I'll try to re-soul it. Probably. I don't know if you should have played... You just played a land, didn't you? With my Reaper of Night in play, I'm not sure you should be doing that. Maybe you have some really big card you want to play? Like, he knows about this card. Forever Young. Okay, that's exciting. You're taking back a Hengewalker and a Curious Pair? More food, I see. Why am I not allowed to know what he drew, actually? I saw him put both back on top of his deck. Do I not get to know the order he did it in? Anyway, we'll kill the Henswalker and just keep swinging. I'm a little... You knew I was going to mill something, right? I wonder why you would put Curious Pair on top. Surely, the only reason I can think of is like to win the mill endgame, but we're never getting there, right? Okay, there's some food, but I no longer care about you bringing this guy back because he's never blocking. He's never dying. This Eye Collector has been kind of insane. Right? Not because of the milling, which has basically, all it's done is remove some Forever Youngs and stuff from my deck. It's like, breaks even on average. Well, that's a pretty cool card for you. I can't kill that so easily. Oh, he sacked the... Wait, what? Oh, no! No, I wasn't auto-passing. Oh, this is a sorcery. That's why I couldn't react with it. Okay, there's my other Reaper of Night, I guess. That's something. I really need a land, though. Yeah, one land would really resolve a lot of my problems. Although, maybe not enough of them? Yeah, I would still be a little bit dead here. I don't own any knights. So I guess we're playing this as a creature. It has lifelink, and then we're zapping this guy. And we're holding things back? Yeah. One more damage is not as good as stopping 4 damage. Because I want to block here and here. Yeah, he had lethal there if I didn't, Oh no! Opponent can, Oh, really? Oh, you get the knight back! That's gross. I was thinking opponent could make the wolf a 5/5, which would be pretty cool. Because then it's sort of like immune to my Reapers of Night. I don't know. I think that might have been better, actually. Because now they can play 2 4-attack cards. But only one of them can actually attack me at a time. Oh, wait a minute. This is a sorcery. If I want to block like this, naively, because then this guy doesn't get to die and come back from this gaining life. But this is incorrect, because this takes away their ability to do damage to me with this card. And their ability to gain life with it. So, yeah, I have to block this way or I'm dead. They should have played this first, and then I would be dead no matter what. Okay, that kills me too. No, it doesn't, because they don't have enough mana. But I'm dead next turn. Because they can just play this. Maybe they won't? This has been a remarkably close game. I'm clearly dead. I could fly over and do 4 damage, but it doesn't really accomplish anything. They missed lethal at least once. Maybe that was what they meant. They said oops when they attacked with everything, right? I think so. All right, well, we're at 0-2. The deck is performing admirably. It's all just luck. It can't possibly be a bad deck, right? Haha. Okay, this is fine. I have a 2-drop, I have 3 lands, I have this thing to like draw me something maybe. It's not good, but it's not horrible. I would describe it in fact as bad, but not horrible. Do I just play this guy? I probably do, right? Yeah, I have Joust, if nothing else. Like, Forever Young, what is it accomplishing? It's just drawing a card. This, like, actually deals with a threat. Oh my god, it's a 3-color Knights deck. I guess when I saw this, I maybe could have predicted that. Are you gonna Joust me? You still die if you Joust, so... Okay, I'll trade. Fine. Okay, give me something good. Not that. Right? I don't want that, do I? No. Well... I'm not going to play it until at least turn 5, right? Because I'm playing the Spectre on 4, and I can't play this on 3, which is the current turn, and not enough mana for it. I think I'd rather draw like a mountain or another creature. Okay. I should have not played the Swamp yet. I should have played Forever Young, just in case I drew a mountain, so I could have like a better mana base for turn 4. But it's fine. I don't mind playing Reaper of Night on 4 anyway. What the heck is this? Oh, that's the same card I just played. But with weird art. Okay. Yeah, see, look at that. I happened to draw 2 mountains, and so I'm punished a little bit for that play. Not that it's a huge deal. We're just playing this anyway. And I have, by the way, 7 total lands, so I can actually play this when I get to turn 7. Problem, like, I don't know if I can live till turn 7. I don't have any cards that do anything. Man, opponent has a bunch of these, like, fairy tale art things. That's kind of cool. Okay. I mean, opponent is definitely in the driver's seat here, just having some creatures that stick. Wasn't this the deck that had a mountain? Am I mistaken? Did I already lose that game? Is that in the past now? I thought for sure someone had played 3 different colors of lands against me. Red, white, black. Ooh, we have this guy, huh? An opponent just threw away True Love's Kiss, which is kind of nice. I'm pretty sure playing a 5/5 is better than doing nothing. I could wait and play a 6/6 instead? Is that good? It lets me develop the Slipper cheaply? I think I just want the 5/5 so we can stop opponent like getting all this life gain stuff going. Good. An opponent is stopping with all the life gain. That's nice. I could start attacking for 6, but then opponent gets to attack for 4 and gain 2 life as well, so I don't really see the advantage in it. I could joust with the 2/2, I guess. That's probably fine. Lets me start getting in some damage for real. It's not by any means amazing. But I do need to get in some damage eventually. Okay, that's... Oh, opponents run out of land. I have the opposite problem. Fine. Probably... Oh, I see. That's cute. I accidentally made the right play, just like... Because if I had played this first, they could tap both of them and still get in 2 damage. Now, I can play this, and they had to choose whether to let me attack or let this remain untapped. Leaving this untapped is not the end of the world for them by any means, I'm sure. God, I hate all these dang swamps. Opponent, I don't know, is there any reason to... Oh my gosh, their cards make little chimes. Amazing. I should not attack with the 6/5. But the 4/5, they have only 2 cards actually in hand. This is in exile. So... they can't actually block with this and then deal 3. Right? Unless they have some way to draw cards on 1 mana, which seems pretty dang unlikely. And they'd have to do it before I declare attackers anyway. No, they could do it in response to this, I guess, if they had an instant 1 mana draw 2 cards. Seems unlikely. Right, if in response to this they gained a 3rd card, it would not actually fly. There's this whole, like, an intervening if clause is a thing in the Magic rulebook, which would apply here. I mean, let's just play another land. I don't know what I'll want it for, but... For example, I might draw a 2nd Reaper of the Night and choose to play it immediately and then slipper it. I don't think that's likely, but it could happen. Yeah, they don't play anything. That makes sense, because now they actually could kill my stuff if they wanted. But... don't I just, like, attack with everything anyway? I give up one of my things in exchange for this and their Cauldron. And then I have a large creature and they have no board. Which one do they want to kill? Because I should put the slipper on the other one. Probably this one. So let's move the slipper again. Ah, if in that case, I can actually force them to kill the one with this, whichever one I want, or else just let me get in the damage, right? So let's just attack with this guy and not this one. They either let it through or they kill it, and then I get to put the slipper back. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should be attacking the other way. But I think the 4/5 that threatens to fly is a bigger deal. Oh, also this has trample? I didn't notice that. You should kill it, right? Yeah, I mean, I might have something that... an instant speed thing that would bring it back, that would give it extra life. Or extra toughness. God, what is this garbage? But if so, you can't really do anything about it, right? What is this? Rude. How much was X then? 1, 2... Oh, number of cards. So it was 5. I see. Interesting. This is just horrible. Like, I just need a creature. Like, I've already drawn 13 of my 17 lands, and I'm not even halfway through the deck. Seems a little unfair. But I'm not, like, losing yet. I'm just really mad about what I've been drawing. Let's kill the 3/5? And I'm just keeping these swamps because I don't really need the mana for anything, and opponent might like make me discard when I would otherwise not want to. I'm not happy about that. What in the hell? 14 of my 17 lands halfway through the deck. I'm still in fine shape. Every card left is gas, right? Practically. Look at me, I've got 4 cards. Look at all my card advantage, opponent. Oh no. I could destroy an artifact. I mean, this is the only one, and they could react by sacrificing it, so it's not amazing. Although if they do that, well, yeah. Even if this is a 3/1, they can just block it here and take no damage, right? So I can't even threaten to kill this guy. This is horrible. I am now actually losing. A Resolute Rider is a real bear. Okay, I mean... There you go. He sacks it anyway. Having nothing better to do. No, he doesn't. Why? He really wanted to keep that mana open? I see, I could have been baiting him into tapping out, but he doesn't have anything else to spend mana on. I think that was just like a clear error. Opponent dropped 3 life on the table there. Wait, can you equip other... You can't equip opponent's creatures, alright. But you can choose to re-equip the same creature. Alright, whatever. Alright, opponent's up to 8 lands. Looks like I only have 10, but in fact I have friggin' 14. No, come on in. I hate it. I hate it so much. I own a knight, so I guess I may as well play this as a knight. Or as a sorcery first. Come on, where are all my, like... Where's my other Spectre of Night and Sir Karen, or whatever the heck his name is? I guess those are my only other 2 big cards, right? I've already played 1 Reaper of Night and the Stonecoil Serpent. Or like a Forever Young. That would be insane. I have 2 more of those. We're gonna have another 0-win run here. We had one of those already, didn't we, in Eldraine? I'm clearly bad at it. I just like, there's nothing I can do. You got a 4/3 that cannot be killed, so go on in. They're not even attacking with their 2/4, which I guess makes sense. It deters me from attacking with these guys. Alright, I mean, I can pay the adamant cost on this guy at least. try and get in there for 6. You block with this. And then I still can't attack with my other stuff. So it doesn't really help to trade this for the 3/3, I don't think. I'd rather keep it as a blocker, honestly. It's not clear that it's accomplishing anything either way, but attacking definitely doesn't. Okay, time to start blocking here. Just throw away my creatures. I wonder, maybe I should make sure I have 11 mana available. I actually do. Oh my god. Because then if I draw the Knight, or the Reaper, I can play it as a sorcery and then as a creature, but I can actually already do that. Just put down a swamp, right? So... here's 15 of my 17 lands. Only 2 lands left in this 16 card deck. I should start drawing real cards anytime now, although I think it's a bit too late. Incredible. A creature. It's not really winning me any games, but it's keeping me alive another turn until I can somehow do something. You know what? I actually do want 1 more mana, so I can play the Reaper and also put Slippers on it in case I want to, or just move the Slippers to somewhere in general. So I want to have 12 mana, which I now have available. I don't think I have anything that can kill this. Not with the Indestructible. Oh no. Okay, let's just play another land then. With the Indestructible ability, I don't have anything that exiles or like does something else weird, like makes it unable to attack. So my like damage-based removal is not going to work. What I need is a creature large enough to block it. I need my Reaper, right? A 4/5 would do the trick. He would still be gaining life, but at least I wouldn't be dying. Great. Yeah, I mean, this doesn't do anything, right? What am I supposed to do with this garbage? Kill the 2/4? I guess. Might as well kill it as on opponent's turn, though. I'm mad, guys. No blocks, I guess? Okay, I'm dead anyway. I could have blocked it. But it would only have been delaying the inevitable. That one card, I mean, I don't know. Like, it's not really that one card's fault. It was what won the game for my opponent, but what lost the game for me was all these lands. Just absolutely disgusting. Imagine if I played, like, 3 more cards. Any 3 in my deck would have done something, maybe. I don't know. I'm mad, and I'm bad. There you go. Incredible. Hope you guys enjoyed this more than I did. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.